There are a lot of reasons why I'm extremely grateful for the job that I do. Spicy content creation. Because while there's a lot of reasons why I started to get into it in the first place, there's also a lot of reasons that I need it today that I didn't know that I was going to need it for. One of the perks of being a content creator is being able to make your own schedule and work on your own time. Over the last couple of years, I've made the unfortunate discovery that I have chronic illness and dysautonomia. I struggle with POTS and I struggle with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. When I was growing up, I watched my mother suffer through tachycardia issues, also watched my aunt pass away of tachycardia issues, also watched my mother go through Raynaud's syndrome every winter. It's when your fingers and your toes get cold and they turn white and tingly, and it's the worst sensation in the world. I just had my first Raynaud's flare up, and I didn't know that was going to be one of my symptoms, but as soon as it just started happening to my big toe, I recognized what it was because my mom went through it all the time. One of my other really big symptoms is presyncope, and presyncope is when your vision gets blurry, your vision goes black, you get really dizzy, and you can pass out. These things happen because a lack of regulation in circulation in your body, and the blood pools when you stand up or sit down or move too fast. I have quite literally been asking my doctors since I was a little girl why I kept blacking out but not like passing out fully. And I've always suffered from standing up and moving too quickly. Everything just goes black. I do pass out sometimes, but that's just if I haven't really been taking care of my body the way that I need to be, or if I've just exerted myself a little bit too much. I have grown up with hip dysplasia and other bone issues. I grew up in gymnastics and cheerleading, and I did that for as long as I possibly could until my bones pretty much gave out. I never got answers for these things. I would go to the doctor all the time when I was little, and I would ask them and I would tell them my symptoms, and they would just tell me that I had anxiety or that I needed to rest, or they just never gave me an answer. I never was assigned to see a specialist of any kind. Nobody took my problems seriously, even when I was a kid. And then when I realized all of these things are still happening and getting worse as I get older, I looked into it and started doing research, and then I also realized that I had friends with these same issues, and we all kind of came together to help those of us who don't have healthcare access or affordable healthcare. We came to some conclusions. I'm not saying this is a fully and totally valid way of just diagnosing yourself, and you should not diagnose your friends. But what I am saying is that me and a lot of my friends who go through these problems had conversations, and with what I know about myself and my body from when I grew up, I can account and attest to these things and what they are. Being able to talk these things out with my friends helped some people definitely take the steps in the right direction to where they need to be and who they need to see, and specialists and appointments and whatnot. Even though those things can take a long time and a lot of money, help is there. You just have to know the right places to look. These things aren't as common of a practice or a specialty, so you just have to look a little bit harder for the right people. But it really is days like today where chronic illness is flaring up, especially now that it's getting colder, and I haven't even been doing anything. I've just been sitting here, playing Sims, talking to people on my socials, and that's all I have to do. I was gonna make content, and I can make TikToks, but anything else, I'm probably not getting out of this chair today because it hurts to do so. But yeah, I'm just grateful to be able to do what I do successfully because of these things. It's not out of laziness or just for the money. I started working corporate jobs when I was 16. I did a lot of business, I did a lot of retail, I worked with animals a lot, and even with the fun jobs and the easy jobs, I was still let go because I wasn't physically capable of performing the tasks as well as they wanted me to. Even when I asked for accommodations and told them what I was having issues with, it just didn't work. So when COVID hit, I said fuck it, and I started content creating, and it took off.